fish showed in the margin spot a couple of hours ago. I walked round to go to the toilet, had to reel all my rods and take bait off. And then I literally cast it out 5 minutes ago. Within 5 minutes, I had a couple beeps and I was like, this is a bit weird. And then the back of my rod, so the core candle, started lifting off the ground. I was like, I'm on. I ran to my rod, I'm shaking. I've just landed such a nice fish. Oh. Hi guys, welcome back to another YouTube video from Buckstock Carpers. Today I'm at Lakeside Course Fishery based in Covington. I fished it when I was younger. I can't really remember the place, it's changed quite a bit. Yeah, I came down yesterday with Cefe and Reese. Cefe was in that peg, Reese was in that peg, and I was in the peg down. So that's 3 pegs taken in a row, 6 lines out in the water. It just doesn't help, do you know what I mean? The carp, they're not stupid in here, they're smart things. So yeah, unfortunately me and Reese blanked. And with Cefe, he thought he was going to blank too. But literally in the last 5 minutes, he caught a 19-pounder, which was his PB. So well done, Cefe. But yeah, hopefully today I can catch a couple. I've got the bushwhacker for least disturbance. I'm fishing in the channel. There's a channel the other side of the island as well. It's a really thin channel. But yeah, hopefully I can have a couple of carp and they're all pristine and beautiful. Right, let's stop talking. So for today's session, on one rod, I'm going to be using a hair rig with a pop-up and some tungsten putty on a leg clip system with some tubing. So I wasted no precious time and I got one of my rigs straight out into the lake. Have seen 2 carp in the swim, surely I had a decent chance. Well, you'll think so. So, I've finally found a fishery that is local to me, that I can fish by myself with a 30-pounder in it. It's not only a 30-pounder, it's a 36-pounder. I mean, if it was 37, it would be my PB, or it still could be my PB by a couple of ounces. But the biggest fish in the venue is a 39-pound grass carp, and that's in the bottom lake. I'm fishing the top lake. So yeah, 3 fish were out yesterday. Cefe's had 5 fish out of here now. They were all absolutely insanely beautiful, and the 3 fish I saw out yesterday were absolutely insane. So yeah, I can't imagine what that 30 would look like. With this lake being so quiet, so out of the way, and so beautiful, it's a perfect spot for some carp fishing. So, I've now got both of my rods out, and now it's just a waiting game. But yeah, I'm very confident. And yeah, hopefully one of them rods has a bend in it. Don't care when, but it's fishing. It's not called catching at the end of the day. So if I do blank, do you know what I mean? That's fishing for you. But yeah, I've got high hopes. With a new rig on my rod and a new tactic, my confidence had gained and gained and gained. I mean, surely I'll catch one eventually, right? With the lake slowly getting busier and busier, I just hoped that the carp would stay in my swim and carry on feeding. I mean, were they even feeding? With questioning if the fish are still feeding, I then furthermore saw one jump straight over my spot. And now the main question is, are they feeding and will I catch one? So this isn't what I wanted to say at all today. I've just lost one due to a snag. Managed to get all my tackle back, but at the end of the day, it's fishing and you can't catch every fish you hook. But questioning if they're feeding or not, I mean, surely they are if I've just lost one, or was that the only one feeding in the area? So, oh my goodness, one of my rods was on the corner of that island, and I've moved the rod over to, so you've got the big reeds and then you've got the overhanging tree, put it in the middle of that where I saw a carp show earlier this morning, because the corner of the island, it was just very, very quiet. And then I've got my other rod, obviously as you guys know, just in that gap, in the overhang. So I need to be on that rod at all times. But yeah, it's not a far distance to run if I do hook up over there. So It's around 1:40 now. I've had absolutely nothing. It always picks up in the evening on there. However, I'm slowly or quickly running out of bait. That was a duck. I bought a whole tub of pellet today. It just doesn't last. I mean, putting it in the bushwhacker, you don't even put much out, and it just goes. But my dad might come a bit earlier. He might do some fishing, so I'll get him to bring me some pellet or something. He's not actually allowed to use boilies on here, so. A fish showed in the margin spot a couple of hours ago. I walked round to go to the toilet, had to reel all my rods and take bait off, and then I literally cast it out 5 minutes ago. Within 5 minutes I had a couple beeps and I was like, this is a bit weird. And then the back of my rod, so the core candle, started lifting off the ground. I was like, I'm on. I ran to my rod, I'm shaking. I've just landed such a nice fish. Oh, well. Now this is not one fish to forget about anytime soon. This is a half linear and it looks like to be an old fish. God, I'm over the moon. My first fish from a new venue. What a lovely fish, man. Right, I'm going to show you the other side and then we'll get her back. Well, there's the other side of this absolutely stumpy warrior. I'm over the moon. And what a video this is. Let's get her back. Well, there we go. A double take. I did not expect that. I had a lovely man come and actually had to put my mirror in the net. And he had to set up my net for me. And yeah, it turns out to be common. It's quite heavy. It doesn't look too far. I'd say about £15. I'll get him in the scales. I'll get the mirror on the scales and then yeah. Right, let's get him back. Okay, so I've just slipped that mirror back. And here's the common I've just caught. My second fish. Had them both in 5 minutes. I was just releasing the mirror. And my other rod goes. Beautiful. What a fish. Well. The fish were still in the area. And they were in the area of both of my rods. Therefore, I just had a lovely common. I think it was £14 on the scales. And then a mirror. I didn't bother weighing. It was probably about £10–11. But yeah, what some cracking fish. And now, I'm not going to ask for much more, but if another one comes along, or another one, I mean, I'll take it. So I had that double take around 15 minutes ago. I'm over the moon. And when I usually say my dad's turn up, means it's time to go home. As I always say, my dad's turn up at the end of a video. And my dad has just turned up, but it's not time to go home. He's actually doing his own little bit of fishing. For a couple of hours as well. He went to France about a month ago now. That's the last time he actually went. He's been dying to get out. He had a 50, 40s and everything like that. I think he ended up with about 13, 14 fish. But yeah, I just got my eyes locked onto this place at the moment. So if you are ever thinking of purchasing from the Bait Company UK, I'm just going to run you through what their bait looks like and how well it works. So here is the SS7 Red Liver Boilie. I catch most of my fish on it and it smells absolutely phenomenal. This is the Tiger Nut Peach Boilie. I've caught 2 fish on this and used it 3 times. I caught a 21 pounder on it and I caught my mirror on it that was earlier on in the video. And then moving on to the Carnage range, this is a Carnage pop-up in here. It's from Carnage Glug. So obviously, as you can see, it's pink, and so is the whole Carnage range. I've just spilled Glug everywhere, all over my dad's chair. He's not going to be happy. But yeah, I'm going to carry on talking. The SS7 Red Liver range is sort of a yellowy orange colour, and then the Tiger Nut Peach range, I'm not actually sure what colour that is, But all I'm saying is it works really well. Right, I sort of have to clear up this glug. It's everywhere. Okay, so it's around 4:45 now. I've had my 2 fish, and my dad, he's had nothing yet. He's only had the rods out for about maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, so not really expecting him to catch anything soon, but I am expecting him to catch something, because I know what my dad's like with stuff like that. But yeah, it's just such a nice place. Like, yeah, it's so beautiful. Like, there's everything a carp angler needs: an island, reeds, overhangs, good margin fishing or decent margin fishing. What else can you ask for as a carp angler? Put it down in the comments below, because I don't think there's anything else. Well, I mean, it's been a decent session. I couldn't have asked for much more. I mean, I'll see you in the next one, I guess.